I am formatting Jesus the Eternal Bridegroom for publication. This will be the paperback version. I've decided to have a header and a footer. I'm using Book Antigua font. I think I'm going to go here with a .11 font. I originally planned on making it .10, but I don't like .10. It's too small. I don't want people to have to strain their eyes. .11 seems to be the right size. So right now I'm aiming for an Easter release, and the book is finished pretty much. I just need to format it. When you do create space for Amazon, you have to have a section break after each chapter, and I basically got this from Create Space Supplies templates, and I used the template, but I modified it. Okay, now right here, I don't like the 10-point font. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all the headings. I think 20-point for the chapter headings is good. I got that good. The other thing I'm doing right now is changing the 10-point font to 11. And there's some other things I have to do. And I'm making two versions. One is a Kindle version. Okay, let's go ahead and change that to 11. I like 11 better. Yeah, that's a little bit larger, and that looks nice. And so I'm going through it, and I'm also correcting typos, grammatical errors, and I already did a spell check and a grammar check. And I still have a lot. I've got my work cut out for me. Yesterday, I pretty much finished writing the book, and right now I'm just dealing with formatting. This is what the text looks like on the inside. This is the paperback. Table of contents, I'm going to have to change this. The way table of contents works is you have to go through the entire document and use heading 1 for all of the titles here. In fact, I don't think I put this on 20-point. Let me double check. Oh, that is 20-point. Okay. So you do heading 1 on all of these titles, and then you just go back and then after that it's an easy matter. Then what you do is to update the table of contents, you highlight it. Let me just go ahead and take this one out. Okay. And then you go into references here, table of contents, hit automatic. There you go. Automatically updates it so that your pages are correct. I'm sure I'll be doing this again. I'm just showing you how this works for anybody who's trying to format their own books. And then you go in there and fix everything, you know. So I go in here and take this out. Yeah. And then I bring it up. Oh, no, that's not working. Let's take this right here. That'll probably take it out. Yep, bring it up. Okay. And then obviously this size font is not working good for the table of contents, so let's change that to, I think 12 works good. Yeah, 12. Let me see how 14 goes. No, I like 12. And then let's double space this so that it falls down nice on the page. And so, you know, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just going through everything, and I don't think I want to have an indent here. Let's take this out. Okay, so let's just go ahead and fix that. Okay, that's better. And then let's see if we can bring this in a little bit here. No. Let's try this. Try taking that out. There. Okay, that's better. Let's put in another little bit more space there. Probably want to make this a little bit bigger. Make that a 20, I think. Yeah, there. Okay. Oops. Something went wrong here. It's tricky. You got to play games with this thing. I don't like that at all. Let's do a undo here. There we go. I like that undo. Okay. Anyways, I'm just showing you. This is Create Space. And for Kindle, I've already started formatting for Kindle. Now, with Kindle, you have to work a little bit differently. For Kindle, what I have to do is I copy and paste all the chapters from the Create Space version and put it here. It's got to be very simple. For Kindle, here's the first chapter. And you don't have to worry about font when you do Kindle because Kindle just automatically changes. You need page breaks after every chapter, not section breaks, or it really messes things up. And you have to make sure that you don't use tabs for indent. You have to actually go into the, and I'm working with Microsoft Word 2007. Justified body text is the professional way to do it. I find For Kindle, I like to have like a special first line. I like to make it by 3-point indent there. Don't add space. Okay, this is good. This is good. So that's how Kindle works. Anyways, I'm just showing you. This is my Kindle version. And then when I'm done copying pasting all the chapters here, then I build my front matter. I actually have a book here that I bought from that shows you how to do it. So let me see if I got. Yeah, it kind of shows you how to do it here. And so this, I go through this and I follow the advice in here. You can, it's like, I think it was like a free book from Kindle, and it's pretty accurate. So I follow the advice in here and I format my work for Kindle. So that's what I'm doing. The main thing I've learned with Kindle is you try to keep it as simple as possible. The less complications you have there, the better it transfers over to Kindle. I do a justified. What I do is I go into paragraph. Okay, and what I do is I use justified body text. First line by point 3, I like that. And don't add space, single spacing. Okay. Also, I hate widow orphan control. That just causes so many complications. I always try to take that out. So, and then when you're through putting in all of the body of the book in, then you build your front matter, and it has to be done in a certain order. It's like because Kindle is just set up a certain way. So with when you build the front matter, you you insert empty. This is build the front matter. You gotta you have your title page, then you use page break, and then you've got your copyright page, your dedication page, prologue, or whatever you want to do. The table of contents in Kindle has to be done a certain way or it doesn't work. First of all of your chapter headings have to be done with heading 1 button. They have to be set up for heading 1. And let me see if I can give you an example for let's see. Yeah, it's got to be heading 1 and okay. Let's go in here. This is for Kindle. Here's how you do it because I've done it a lot of times. You go into table of contents. Okay, then you have to go insert. You got to do it. You hit insert table of contents. And you don't want to show the page numbers because this is Kindle. You don't need that. You do want to have the hyperlinks so that they can click on, when they're in Kindle, they can click on a heading and go right to the table of contents. Okay, I believe, yeah, that's good. Okay, show level. Okay, you want it to be 1. Okay, so you want it. Alrighty, it looks like it's good. Okay, I'm just starting. I'm giving you an example, so. And actually, you need to have this inserted where you want the table of contents. And I don't want it here. So let me give myself another page. Okay, so let's just say this is going to be the table of... Anyways, let's undo that. Okay, insert page break. Okay, here we go. So we'll put it up here. We'll just pretend like this is the table of contents. Goodness, I don't know why it's going down here to the bottom. Anyways, there are always bugs. Jesuits always put bugs in this programming, so I always have to work around them. But I can find something. Anyways, I'm building the. I think I'm going to be done in about a week. That'll be Easter, and I'm just working on everything right now. If you want to build a book for Kindle, they have this. I got this book. It's right here. Let me see what it's called. I got it free from Amazon, and I pretty much read that. Okay, right there, building your book for Kindle. So I follow that. It's different than, you got to set it up differently than you do for CreateSpace. What I do is build my CreateSpace book first, which is the paperback, and then I borrow the cover design from once I have the CreateSpace book published and up, then I transfer the cover from the paperback and use that same cover for Kindle. I want to do that for this book because this book has a very nice cover. Let me see if I can, yeah, here's the writer page. There is the cover. And of course, that's all my artwork there, but there is the cover. If you click on that, you get a larger view here. That is the cover. So that's a nice cover. This book should be ready about Easter. That's all my artwork there. This is what Jesus really looks like. And the advantage of having a nice picture of Jesus on the cover, and I believe that's what Zach Knight really looks like, and that's what I look like, and Brent Spiner looks like. So the advantage of having accurate drawing on the cover is I don't have to go into very detailed description inside the book because all people have to do is look at the cover and they can see what Jesus looks like. So I just kind of let people use their imagination, and I'll just say that he showed up in a robe. And that's a writing technique that you can use so that so I don't have a terribly long word count. I really tried to keep it shorter than, yeah, let's skip this. Okay, so here is my Create Space paperback, and I'm working on this. It's going to have, I'm transforming all of my 10 point to 11 point. Right now it's at 324 pages. It's going to be longer than this because I'm increasing the size of the font, but I'm also reformatting a lot of the book too, and that's causing me to compress some of the text a little bit more. It's going to probably be 300 something pages, 125,000 words, and I expect to be ready in about a week. Okay, let's go ahead and so I'm really excited about this. I'm working very, very hard. Let me see if I can get myself on camera here. Where did I go, Lord Jesus? Oh, there it is. Okay. So, working very hard. I'm also kind of borrowing from this book here and studying their format. See, and like another, except I don't have pictures before the chapter, but this Exodus book is set up, even though it's a novel, it's set up like a journal, like a newspaper reporter wrote it, which is a very effective way to set up a nonfiction book. So even though I'm kind of like writing a nonfiction novel, so I'm setting up my opening chapters kind of using a similar style here. And I noticed that Exodus uses italics for letters, and that's working out really good. So my goal is to create a text in the book that will not distract the reader so that they can lose themselves into the story. And that's what a well formatted book is supposed to do. The reader doesn't want to be paying attention to the format. They don't want to worry about the font. They just want to be able to read the story and lose themselves into the story. So I'm trying to set up my book so that it'll be like that. The 10 point a little bit tight, so let's go with 11 point. 12 point's too big. It's going to make the book way too expensive. I decided not to have illustrations because that'll also make the book expensive. It's going to be, this is a long book. The last book I wrote on Robin Williams was a little bit too short. This one might be a little bit too long. I'm trying to condense it, but I can't see where to cut it because everything in there is necessary. But I'm getting consolation on this. You know, what I write is kind of like a science fiction novel. And there's a lot of world building where you got to explain all the fancy technology so people understand it. And that's what I'm doing. So I actually got to give myself a little extra space to explain all of this technology, like bukkake, and cloning and all this. So it's kind of like writing a science fiction novel. So I've got to give myself a little bit more space to explain the world that we live in. So the book will be out for Easter, I believe. And I'm working on giving it a real professional format so that, and I love self-publishing because I have the freedom to tell the truth and not have to listen to Jesuit guidelines. If I used a regular publisher or literary agent, I wouldn't be able to write my stories and expose the Jesuits like I do. They would stop me. They would ban my book from publication. So self-publishing is the way to go. In a week.